Mr. Chairman, it's a privilege to take a short call on this part of the bill. But before I do, sir, may I just congratulate the Minister for bringing this bill to the House and our Select Committee and the Select Committee for the work that we did collaboratively around the Select Committee table, despite the fact that the certain opposition members were delaying the progress of this bill, sir. This bill has come to the House in due course, and it will be a bill, sir, that will improve productivity, improve economic growth, and certainly provide jobs and opportunities for our nation. But, sir, returning to Part 1A of the bill, and another point that has been raised consistently across the aisle that I find repugnant, quite frankly, sir, have been the personal and vindictive attacks on the Minister, labelling of the Minister of the "trust me, I know what I'm doing," or the Minister of miscommunication. I actually find that repugnant. I find it obscene. And if the Labor Party cannot argue on the issues, argue on the clauses that are actually contained within the bill, then, you know, they will be spending a long time in opposition thinking about that. But, sir, sir, to point out the changes that the Select Committee actually made during the Select Committee process in this area around the asset allocation plan, and we recommended a new clause 23F1 requiring Telecom to publish the overview of the asset allocation plan as soon as practicable. Sir, as soon as practicable after the ministerial approval. And, sir, that that added to the and that would, sir, sorry, no later than separation day. We also made what I thought was one of the more sort of better changes around Clause 23G2 that would include a penalty for Telecom, and it's already been mentioned, and if it does not demerge consistently with the approved asset separation plan. And that penalty is up to a maximum of $10 million. $10 million is no small fee, sir. $10 million is a substantial amount, and it would only be imposed after separation day if the demerger did not occur in accordance with that plan. Now, that is a clear indication of where the committee made a recommendation that differed from the Minister's SOP. And sir, clearly it is not about "trust me, I know what I'm doing." I thought the democratic process went well throughout the committee stage, and we come to this House with a bill that has been amended in a very appropriate and a very apt way. Sir, Ms Curran shouts out, "What about New Zealanders?" And Mr. Nash, I forgot your name. Mr. Nash talks about rural New Zealanders. But we know, sir, that the Labor Party do not like farmers. They do not like rural New Zealanders. They want to tax farmers.
Point of order, Honourable Trevor. I think I can anticipate it's about relevancy, and ask the member to debate Part 1A.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, but I was responding to shouts from the opposition, and my understanding, sir, of...
Point of order, Honourable Trevor Mallow.
Mr. Chairman, I think I know better than anyone else you're not allowed to dispute a chairman's ruling.
Well, I don't think he was... No, I'll just speak to that. I'm on my feet. Look, I don't think he was disputing. He was making an explanation, which is also not helpful. And I just asked the member to debate 1A.
Not that comment on the chairman's ruling. Not that I am now. If I may.
Yeah, you're on. Proceed. You have the call.
If I may, it is about... Ms Curran shouted out, "What about New Zealanders?" And I'm merely responding by saying, sir, that this bill, and this part of the bill, is all about promoting the wealth of New Zealanders. It's all about promoting the benefits to our country around what broadband rollout will produce. But Sir, new clause 23G also differs from the supplementary order paper in that it provides Telecom with some flexibility concerning the demerger process. In our amendment...
Grant Robertson.
Thank you very much, Mr.